In that quiet family living room, Riku and Miharu stood together. Without shame, they announced the end of Kenji's world.
Don't let them see. Don't move. Don't give them a single reaction.
Miharu's pregnant, and the baby is mine.
We got tired of waiting for you, so we found our own happiness.
Kenji's face remained a mask, the reflection in his glasses hiding the storm that was building. On the sofa, their parents sat frozen, eyes wide, the weight of the confession crushing the room.
Face it, your boring salary and 9-to-5 life couldn't keep her interested.
Kenji said nothing. The words felt like they belonged to someone else's life. Without a word, he turned, walked past them all, and left the room. He got into his car, started the engine, and pointed it toward the Miyake estate, the betrayal already turning into cold resolve. The grand silhouette of the Miyake mansion loomed at the end of the winding road, a fortress of old money and older secrets.
No turning back now. He cut Riku off for being a leech. Maybe he'll understand.
Young Master Kenji, we were not expecting you. Please come in.
I need to see grandfather. It's urgent.
Tanaka led him through silent corridors and paused at the study door, gesturing for Kenji to enter.
Sit down, Kenji. You did not drive here at this hour for pleasantries.
He'll see it written on my face. Maybe I don't have to say a word. Miharu is pregnant. The child is Riku's.
The words hung in the candlelit air. Grandfather's expression didn't flicker. Kenji ended his story and waited, the crackle of the fire the only sound. Haruto Miyake threw his head back and laughed, a sound like breaking glass.
That worthless boy, even after I cut him off, he still found a way to leech off his own brother. He stole your future. Then, I'll give you the one thing he's always wanted, the inheritance.
He's really going to do it. After all these years, he's choosing me.
Without another word, the old man picked up the ornate rotary phone on his desk.
Kato, come to the estate immediately. Bring the will.
Within the hour, a black sedan pulled up, and Mr. Kato stepped out, briefcase in hand.
Haruto-sama, I came as quickly as I could. This must be urgent.
Rewrite my will. Kenji is now the sole heir. Riku gets nothing.
This is really happening. The fortune, the weight, all of it falls to me now.
Kato set his briefcase on the desk and drew out a thick document, the Miyake family seal, already embossed on the final page.
The new will is ready. Please review and sign, Haruto-sama.
Haruto took the pen and, with a steady hand, signed his name, affixing the scarlet seal that had governed lives for decades.
It's official. Riku is nothing now.
Use this wisely, Kenji. Don't let the money make you soft.
Thank you, grandfather. I won't forget this.
Kenji rose, bowed deeply, and left the study. The old man watched him go, eyes unreadable. Dawn was breaking as Kenji stepped out of the mansion, the cold morning air sharp against his skin.
I didn't come for revenge, but I won't throw away what I've been given.
He slid into his car and drove away, the weight of a new history settling onto his shoulders. Riku's apartment was a mess of beer cans and unpaid bills, the hum of the old television filling the stagnant air.
Riku Miyake, this is Kato. The will has been changed. You are no longer an heir.
What the hell are you saying? That old man can't do that.
The call ended. Riku stared at the silent phone, then frantically dialed Kenji's number. Again and again. He called. Each ring felt like a countdown. No answer. Across the city, Miharu sat in her family's luxury apartment, the silence around her deafening. Her mother's voice cut through the tension. You've gambled our family's reputation on a penniless fool. Her father, arms crossed, added, Fix this. Beg Kenji to take you back, or you are no daughter of ours.
They don't care about me, just the money.
Her phone screen glowed with a single unread message. Call me. She typed, then deleted, fingers trembling. The next morning, Kenji sat at his desk, staring at lines of code that refused to make sense.
Kenji, you've been staring at that screen for 10 minutes. Is everything okay?
She can tell. Maybe I don't have to carry this alone. Something happened last night. My brother and my fiancée, they're together now. She's pregnant.
Oh, Kenji, that's awful. I am so sorry. Do you want to grab lunch and talk?
She didn't flinch. Just offered a meal like it was the simplest thing.
They walked to a nearby cafe, the kind with mismatched chairs and the smell of fresh coffee.
You don't have to pretend with me. Whatever you are feeling, it's okay.
I didn't realize how much I needed someone to just listen.
For the first time in days, Kenji let himself smile, a fragile, honest thing, barely there but unmistakable. As evening fell, Kenji returned to his apartment complex and found Riku leaning against the wall, arms crossed, eyes burning.
He looks unhinged, but after what he did, he has no right to demand anything.
You think you can just take everything. Call grandfather and fix the will. Now.
The will is legal. You stole my future. This is the consequence.
I'll tell everyone how you manipulated him. The tabloids will love it.
And what will they say about the deadbeat brother who got his fiancée pregnant?
Riku's mouth opened, but no retort came. For a moment, his bravado cracked.
You'll regret this, Kenji. This isn't over.
Kenji brushed past him and unlocked his door without a backward glance. Riku punched the wall once, then stormed off into the night, his shout swallowed by the darkness, alone in her childhood bedroom. The silence was heavier than any argument.
They only ever saw me as a bargaining chip, a name to trade.
The echo of her mother's voice rang in her ears, cold and calculating, desperate. She grabbed her phone and dialed the one person she thought would understand.
Riku, it's me. I need you. My parents. They're threatening to cut me off completely.
I don't have time for your problems, Miharu. Kenji just screwed me over. My future is gone.
The line went dead. Miharu stared at the screen, the tears returning, but this time cold.
Even Riku doesn't really see me. I am completely alone.
Unbidden, the memory of Kenji's quiet kindness surfaced. A hand on her back during a storm, a warm smile with no conditions.
Kenji never made me feel like a transaction. What have I thrown away?
Later that week, Kenji's phone lit up with Yuki's message. The cherry blossoms are perfect. Fancy a walk?
She's persistent. Maybe a break from my own head is exactly what I need.
They met under the arching branches, pink petals drifting down like soft confetti.
You've been through so much. Today, let's just enjoy the flowers. No heavy talk.
Actually, I think I can manage that. Thank you, Yuki.
And then Kenji laughed, really laughed, at her story about a coworker's cat getting stuck in the printer.
I'd forgotten what that felt like. The weight isn't gone, but it's lighter.
Same time next week, I'll bring coffee.
Just as Kenji nodded, his phone buzzed. The name on the screen stilled the warmth in his chest. I need to see you. It's Miharu. 2 days later, Kenji sat beside a hospital bed, heart heavy. Haruto Miyake looked smaller than ever.
I've been thinking about legacy, about what I leave behind.
Kenji took his grandfather's hand. The bones felt fragile under the skin.
If Riku showed genuine remorse, perhaps I was too harsh. Maybe a portion.
A portion. After everything, one kind word from Riku could undo it all.
The old man's eyes closed, fatigue winning. The machines beeped steadily.
He's not that far gone, but he's wavering, and Riku will exploit any opening.
Kenji placed the withered hand back on the blanket and stood, the room suddenly too small.
I can't let him rewrite the will again, but pushing too hard might make it worse.
The door clicked shut behind him, but the knot in his chest only tightened. That night, a storm broke over the city, and Miharu stood at Kenji's door, soaked, trembling, makeup smeared into rivers of regret.
She actually came. After everything. She has the nerve to stand there.
Kenji, please. Just 5 minutes. I have no one else.
You chose Riku. You made sure I knew it. What could you possibly have left to say?
She fell to her knees on the hardwood floor, water pooling around her, her voice cracking with a rawness he had never heard.
I never loved Riku. It was always a transaction. My family demanded I secure a rich husband. They convinced me you were the safe choice, and Riku would get the inheritance. I was a fool.
This could be real, or it could be the most convenient performance of her life.
I made the biggest mistake of my life. Please, Kenji, please give me another chance.
Kenji stared down at her, the floor between them a chasm wider than the ocean. Memory flickered. A younger Miharu, eyes downcast as her mother's voice sliced through the room. You will marry into wealth. Nothing else matters. Another memory. Riku, whispering promises. Grandfather will forgive me. The inheritance is ours. Miharu's hesitant nod.
I was raised to be a transaction. Riku was my family's final demand.
She was a prisoner of their ambition. That doesn't excuse the knife she put in my back.
Miharu reached into her soaked purse and pulled out a small laminated keychain, a pressed cherry blossom inside.
You gave this to me on our first picnic. You said it was silly, but you made it yourself.
The memory surfaced for Kenji, too. A spring day, her laugh, that silly craft project. It had been real.
She kept it all this time, even when she chose him.
I buried the real me so deep I didn't recognize myself. But this is who I was with you.
Kenji's throat tightened, but he didn't move toward her. Trust, once shattered, held its jagged edges. The next morning, Kenji sent Yuki a message. No more evasion. Can we talk? I need to tell you something.
Of course. I'll be at our bench in the park.
They sat beneath the same cherry tree. The playful petals, now a curtain for a harder conversation.
Miharu came to my apartment last night, soaked and crying. She begged for a second chance.
I was afraid of that, but what did you tell her?
I didn't answer her, because the truth is, my heart's already somewhere else. Saying it out loud makes it real. The past isn't where I belong anymore.
Then take your time. I am not going anywhere. I trust you.
She's giving me space, even though this hurts her. I can't lose her.
Kenji nodded, and in that fragile quiet, he knew one door had closed forever, and another had opened. Kenji sent Miharu a brief message. Meet me at the Riverside Park. I have my answer. She arrived with hope in her eyes, but his face was a wall of stone. The river rushed behind them, indifferent.
Miharu, I've thought about everything, but what we had is gone. I can't go back.
Gone. After I bared my soul to you, you are just like everyone else, using me. I am carrying Riku's child. If you abandon me, I have nothing. No family, no future.
She's pregnant. That child will tie her to Riku forever. I can't be a part of that.
Please, Kenji. Even if you don't love me, help me. I am begging for my life.
I am sorry for what your family did to you, but I won't let guilt trap me in a lie.
Miharu crumbled onto the bench, sobs wrenching from her chest. But Kenji had already turned. He walked along the riverbank, the city lights blinking on. He never looked back. In a neon-lit dive bar, Riku nursed his fury, glass after glass, until the idea crystallized in the bottom of a whiskey tumbler.
That tabloid scum said he'd pay for a scandal. Maybe it's time the truth gets twisted my way.
He staggered outside and made the call, his voice a cocktail of venom and desperation. The next morning, a tabloid headline screamed across newsstands. Billionaire heir scam. Older brother manipulates grandfather to steal fortune. Kenji stared at the article on his phone, the slander coiling around his throat like a cold hand.
He actually did it. He's twisting everything to paint me as the villain.
A message from Yuki popped up. Are you okay? I am here. He typed back. It's a lie. I won't let it stand.
If I stay silent, grandfather's will and my future are at risk. I have to fight back in court.
He dialed Kato, voice hard and steady. Prepare a defamation suit. We're dragging Riku into court. The line was drawn. The family feud was about to ignite into a public war. The tabloid lay open on Haruto's lap, his grip crumpling the edges, eyes blazing with a fire his illness hadn't extinguished.
So Riku thinks he can sell lies and destroy this family. He has forgotten who built it. I will not let him ruin you, Kenji. I'll testify in court myself.
He can barely sit up. Putting him through a trial might be the thing that kills him.
Kato entered, briefcase in hand, and laid out the legal path like a surgeon preparing instruments.
Haruto-sama, the defamation suit is filed, but your direct testimony would be devastating to Riku's case.
Then I will give it. My voice will be heard.
Very well. I'll push for an expedited hearing. 2 weeks from today.
Kenji watched the old man's chest rise and fall, each breath a small battle.
This is my fight too. I won't leave until I see justice.
The courtroom hummed with tension as Riku took the stand, his smirk a poorly constructed mask.
Kenji poisoned the old man's mind. My disinheritance is a cruel trick by a jealous brother.
But weren't you banished from the household years ago for defrauding your own family?
Riku's smirk shattered. He stammered, sweat beading on his brow, as the lies unraveled.
They have everything documented. I can't talk my way out of this.
Kenji came to me in grief, not greed. I chose to make him my heir out of respect, not manipulation.
I never asked for a single yen. My brother and my fiancée forced my hand the moment they stole my future.
The judge's eyes narrowed at Riku, the sharp lines of displeasure cutting through any pretense of sympathy.
The paper trail is conclusive. Riku Miyake sold his story to a tabloid in exchange for cash. This is fraud, not justice.
The gavel remained still, but the weight of the room had already tipped. Judgment was imminent. The gavel struck once, sharp as a gunshot. The judge's voice filled the silent chamber. The will is hereby affirmed. Riku Miyake's claims are fraudulent. He is ordered to pay all legal fees and faces further investigation for defamation.
Number, it's over. Everything is gone.
Riku tried to stand, but his legs buckled. Court officers took his arms, and the flash of cameras swallowed his protests.
It's finally over. The will stands. My life is my own again.
Kenji, I knew you'd make it through.
She threw her arms around him, and he buried his face in her hair, the weight of the past finally lifting.
Thank you for believing in me, even when everything looked broken.
The next day, the same tabloids that had slandered him printed a retraction. Vindicated, Kenji Miyake inherits fortune, brother's fraud exposed. Riku's name became a curse in the Miyake household. His legacy reduced to a cautionary whisper. Back in his apartment, the quiet was shattered by a frantic call from the hospital. Haruto-sama collapsed. Come now. Kenji ran every red light, tires screeching onto the hospital lot. His heart a frantic drum, he burst into the room. Haruto lay propped on pillows, the fire that had burned for justice now a faint ember.
You won, I heard. Kenji, my boy, you finally broke the curse of this family.
Please don't talk like that. I need you. We still need you.
I've held on long enough. Seeing you stand on your own, that's all I wanted.
A profound peace settled on his face, the years of struggle and disappointment finally fading into memory.
Take care of the legacy, not the money, the person you've become.
Then his hand went limp. The monitor's long, unwavering tone filled the room. A final, absolute silence.
He's gone. But he left me with a gift no will could ever grant. His faith in me.
The funeral was a sea of black umbrellas under a weeping sky. Kenji stood at the front, a portrait of Haruto in his arms.
You would have hated all this sadness, old man. You'd tell me to dry my eyes and get to work.
Later, at the graveside, the crowd thinned. Only Yuki remained, her hand slipping into his, silent and steady.
It's okay to fall apart. I am here to pick up the pieces.
Kenji finally let himself weep. shoulders shaking as Yuki held him amidst the scent of wet earth and incense. When the storm passed, he drove her to the Miyake estate. The empty halls echoed with absence, but also with promise.
Grandfather said to take care of my legacy. That means building a future with a person who never wavered.
He turned to her and opened a small velvet box. The ring inside glinted, a simple diamond on a silver band.
Yuki, you stood by me when I had nothing but ashes. Will you stand by me for the rest of our lives?
Yuki's tears spilled over, but this time they were only joy. She nodded, and he slipped the ring onto her finger, sealing a new beginning. Riku now spent his days pushing a broom along city streets, his flashy clothes replaced by a faded uniform.
This is what's left. No fans, no fortune. Just the noise of a street that forgot my name.
In a cramped apartment, Miharu rocked her newborn, the walls thin and the future thinner.
I chose this. Every empty bottle, every panicked night, I chose it.
Meanwhile, in the Miyake estate, Kenji and Yuki stood before a framed portrait of Haruto, a donation certificate in hand.
The Haruto Miyake Foundation. It'll fund scholarships for kids who, like me, just need one person to believe in them.
He'd love that, turning his legacy into something that helps others, not just money.
They framed the certificate next to Haruto's old watch, a silent testament that the family's true wealth was never in a vault. Riku passed a newsstand and saw the headline about the foundation. He quickly looked away, but the shame settled deep, and Miharu, in a rare quiet moment, stared at her reflection in a smudged window, wondering when she'd become a stranger to herself. On a brilliant morning, Kenji and Yuki stood before the freshly tended grave, sunlight warming the engraved name.
Every choice led here. Did I break the curse, or did you just teach me how to grow?
Yuki squeezed his hand, her touch a wordless answer.
You did. Now it's time to start your own chapter.
From his pocket, Kenji drew the old silver watch, its face still ticking with a steady, inherited rhythm.
Grandfather, I'll carry your time with me.
He fastened it onto his wrist, not as a weight, but as a compass. They turned from the grave, hand in hand, and walked down the path where the past finally let go.
No more looking back. Just forward with her.
The sun broke through the trees, and in that golden hour, the Miyake name meant something